What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Coin, aka Yakk. I'm back with another video. Before we get to this video, if you're new to the channel, make sure you go subscribe, hit that comment, comment whatever you want down below. Make sure you like this video. What else? Oh yeah, if you're new to my channel, go subscribe. In this video, based off the title, you already know, this video is gonna be about the first time I got some booty. Alright, I got that booty now. Alright, that's how I went now. I was in about what, 5th, 6th grade, I ain't never had no cootie in my life. 5th, 6th grade, nah. I was in the, I was living with my family and shit then, but like, I want out, I want outside, I want partying and all that, 5th grade, 6th grade, like my generation, they were always outside partying or whatever on Fridays and shit like that. I want outside like that. So 6th grade, I believe it was like 5th grade though, cause this is when I had started dating the chick that I lost my V to, right? Mind you, whole time we were both virgins, so she was a virgin, I was a virgin. Like we ain't never did that. So it's kind of good that we took each other's shit. I ain't really hopping somebody else that that knew what they were doing, cause that would have been embarrassing for a nigga. So about 5th grade, goddamn, I was dating this girl. I ain't gonna say her name, but I'm pretty sure if you know me, you know who I was dating at the time. I was dating this girl or whatever. So I was dating her or whatever. I started dating her over the summer, like type jump. Like it was like we was on a break. It might have been spring break or something like that. So I texted her or whatever on Snapchat. No, it wasn't Snap. It was Kick. Boy, if you don't texting on Kick, if y'all know what Kick is, yo, that was the shit. I text her ass on Kick, and fucking. So I just started texting her and texting her. And me being childish as it is, I text her like, you trying to go together, like on some lame shit, like shit I won't say now, like it was on some you trying to go together shit. So I'm like alright, bet. So I smooth in or whatever. She like, yeah, cause she minded she won't fuck with nobody either. So we like, yeah, we gonna work this out. So alright, bet. We ended up doing the shit. So we started talking and we started like linking or whatever. First day I came back to school after our break or whatever, is when we actually like made it official to everybody, like, cause some people had fucked with me and some people had fucked with her. So it's like, all right, now it's time to let everybody know. So mind you, we coming into matter of fact, it was, yeah, we coming into the auditorium or something like that, and she was sitting by herself. So I walk in, I see her, I'm like, should I walk over there? Oh, like, do I care what these people think type shit? Cause she was good, like she was good looking back then, like type shit. So it's like, should I care what people think or whatever? Cause like, mind you, I don't know how people think, like, oh shit, they go together. Like people were childish back then, so it's like, oh shit, they go together. Oh, so it's like, yeah. So I walk over there, I hit my little crip walk over there and shit. Let me stop. But I hit my little walk over there or whatever. So sit beside her, I put my arms around her, so cause I'm trying to let it be known type shit. I'm trying to let it be known, and mind you, she never told nobody, and I didn't either. So people just looking at us like, oh shit, y'all go together? Y'all ever argue? Like they asking dumb questions like, y'all ever argue? Mind you, me and her never argued until like a year within us being together. We start arguing like hell, but we never argued the first like year of us talking, cause we were new to each other. We were new to the life. We were new to sex and all that shit. So we weren't really in no drama or none of that to be fussing with nobody. So whatever. The next year or whatever, we go to 6th grade. And first day of school came. Mind you, we linking over the summer, whatever. We linking over summer. She was coming over, blah blah. So, but we weren't fucking. Mind you, we were not fucking still. We weren't fucking at all. We weren't doing none of that still. So, in a little couple of months that we were dating, we were talking, whatever, linking over, whatever. We weren't fucking. So, 6th grade came. My balls dropped. couple months right into 6th grade. First day of school, I walked in the gym. She was sitting on these big ass bleachers. If y'all went to Darton, y'all know what I'm talking about. In the morning, when you gotta come to school, you sit in the bleachers. She was sitting at the top of the damn bleachers, waiting on me to come in. Waiting. I think I ain't seen her for like 2 weeks before school had started. So she on the top of the bleachers, waiting, smiling. I'm like, she keep looking at me like I'm a pipe eye. Mind you, we ain't say that back then, but in my head I'm like, she thick as hell. She thick as She thick as hell. You hear me? She thick as fuck. So I'm like, you know, she had a little hair straight. I'm like, bro, if I knew about nothing in business, well, I knew about it. But if I knew, like, in my head, like, oh, I'm gonna get this girl pregnant, I would've did it. Way she would look. I'm like, had a little hair straight, you know, real hair and all. I'm like, this girl turn on. I'm like, okay. So we going to bleachers, you know, everybody's still like, oh, y'all go together. Y'all still go together. We like, hell yeah, we still go together. We still go together, whatever. So, you know, we going to school or whatever. That's when I was grabbing on the ass before then. Like, I like, you know me, like, boys know boys. You know, even if I was a virgin, boys know boys. I was grabbing on that ass still. It's an ass. So she had a fat ass. So her ass was fat, like it was boom, like it was boom. And I'm like, bro, if I'm gonna go keep doing this, I gotta fuck this girl. I gotta see what this is like. Not in them clothes, you feel me? Like, I'm like, not in them clothes. I don't take the clothes off. I don't wanna see no clothes. I wanna see straight booty, straight brown skin booty. I'm like, all right. I'm like, so how do I go upon trying to fuck this girl? Mind you, she was a little freak too, but she was still a virgin. So I'm like, how is this girl like a freak? Like, I'm talking about the girl like middle of the hallway. She'll grab on my dick. I'm like, mind you, I'm not small now. I just want to put that out there. I want small. I ain't small. So it's like, bro, like, what can I do? Like, what do I do? So then one day, my dad goes to work. So that's when I started coming over to my dad's house a lot more or whatever. So one day after school, like, we started texting each other, and she lived only a couple minutes away from me at the time. So I text her like, yo, you trying to come over? You know, we had to play it around a little bit because like her mom didn't know me as well and my dad didn't know her as well. But my dad and her mom knew each other. They went to school with each other. So I'm like, this shit easy. I'm finna go pat that ass. I'm like, this shit easy, bro. This shit easy. But same time, it won't. Because how old we were and what grade we was in, our parents weren't really going for none of that bullshit. You feel me? They weren't really going for none of that. My dad, you know, my dad cool now, to mind you. I'm a guy, he's a guy. So he's like, oh, who that? I show him, he like, okay. But mind you, I'm still as young. I'm his firstborn, but I'm still young. Like, I'm still young as hell. So he like, yeah, she can come over, but y'all can't go in the room though. I'm like, no. I'm like, did he really just say that? Out of all these motherfuckers he be bringing in here fucking? Did he really just say that? I'm like, bro. So I'm like, all right, how do I do this? I'm like, I can't, you know, we in the living room with her. I'm like, okay. So she told her mom or whatever. Yeah, her mom dropped it straight off. Like, hey, she got a new boyfriend or whatever. Her mom brought her. My dad was the one to worry about. Like, I don't know why, but her mom brought her. I'm like, okay. So we at the stage where we in the living room now. We just sitting there. We chilling. We talking. Lights go off. Movie cut on. Dad light go off. I mean, that cootie coot in my hands. Oh my mom. I'm like, okay. On God, I'm like, okay, this is what it feel like, okay. Mind you, I ain't no dummy. I still know, like, you know, a pussy need to be wet. A Cody need to be that. A Cody need to be this. So I'm like, alright, bet. So it's feeling right with my fingers now. Mind you, it's feeling right with my, you know, I put my whole hand in that ball. But like, mind you, it's feeling right. It's feeling right. So I'm like, alright, okay. How do I get in there with the other tool? You know, my handy dandy. So I'm like, bro, I gotta find some way. I'm like, cause mind you, you know, she a freak too. I ain't get her jeans for no reason. So I'm like, bro, we gotta figure this shit out. She ain't saying that. She over there curling up on the side, over there trying to watch the movie like she don't feel me or something. I'm like, bro, this girl know dang well she feel me. She feel me. She gonna feel something else. She keep playing. So she over there acting all innocent or whatever. I'm like, all right, now how do I play my part and get in this? So I'm like, what can I do? So I'm like, bro, I gotta wait. Cause I don't want my dad to come outside and see me trying to, and mind you, it's our first time, so I'm like, I don't know if she gonna be loud. I don't know if I'm a buzz quick. So I'm like, bro, I ain't really trying to do it in the living room. I'm trying to take my time with it. Like, I'm trying to enjoy it. Like, I'm trying to goddamn experiment at the same time. Cause mind you, I ain't never had none yet. So, you know, I know about it, you know, but I ain't never had none. I ain't really physical come in contact with it. So, mind you, I'm like, all right, bro. My hands come out the jeans. You know, she button them back up. About 30 minutes, 45 minutes later, her mom come scoop her up. I went in the room. I wasn't mad. I gotta respect that. I'm gonna slow down, I'm gonna wait. I went in the room. We get the text. Boom! A picture of her ass come on my phone. I'm like, bruh. So you telling me you wait till you leave to want some? To want some? I was mad as hell. I wasn't mad at first, but I got mad the first time. And let me tell y'all, that girl booty was fatty. What I'm trying to tell y'all. Back then, that booty was fat. Nowadays, it's some fatter booties. But back then, that booty was fat. To me, it was fat. I'm talking about a badonk or a donk. Like, I'm talking about like, it be had me collar sweat. I'm like, all right. I said, okay. This girl just showed me her ass. Now what? Now all I'm gonna do is go to school, start rubbing it on it again. I'm like, bro, I ain't finna keep doing this. Later that night. Now I know what it's called, but back then I didn't know what it was called. Later that night, my 2 sacks was hurting. I'm like, what the? I'm talking about, I'm feeling it all in my gut. I'm feeling it down in my bottom. I'm like, what is this feeling? I caught blue balls. I'm like, bruh, did I just really just like do that? Like, did I really just play in? And now because I can't bust, I'm in pain because I can't bust. Are you serious? I'm in pain because I can't bust? And you? Oh, you got to be tripping. So I hit her with the, next day come. I'm still grabbing on the ass in school or whatever like that. I ain't gonna let her know that my balls was hurting. Now it won't hurt the next day, but I ain't let her know it was hurting that night she left. So I'm still rubbing on the ass, whatever, some basic shit. It was starting to get lame to me because it's like, all right, bro, I'm grabbing her ass, everybody see it, motherfuckers over there doing it. So it's like, that ain't nothing. So the next week coming around. All right, okay, so I'm back. I had to write down what I was on next because my camera had stopped recording on me. But okay, so next week comes around. My dad goes to work. I'm home alone. Nobody home. So I hit her up. I'm like, you trying to come over? She only stay a few minutes away, so she like, yeah, I'll come over once I'm done with my homework. I'm like, all right. She came over. We take it to my room this time. No living room. We take it to my room. I said, all right. I hit them lights quick. As soon as she came in, I hit them lights. Trying to lay down? Yeah, we can lay down. All right. In my head, I'm already like, all right. We lay down, you know, my TV on the wall. I'm like, all right, I'm living like a king in this. I got a bitch beside me, and I'm watching the movie. I'm really like, I really felt like a king in that bitch. Netflix and chilling, like on some shit. So I'm like, all right. So she was laying right here, my hand back there. I'm like, all right, I'll rub my ass, whatever, you know. Then out of nowhere, which I knew it was coming, I got hard. I got hard as hell. I'm talking about like, she could see it. I'm like, she could see this shit. I'm like, I know she could see it. She better put her hand down here and feel it. Like, that's what I'm like. So, mind you, I asked her, cause I ain't wanna just start taking off her clothes or whatever, right? So I asked her, I'm like, you trying to fuck? She like, I'm like, what? She was like, I don't know. That's when she started telling me she a virgin and all that. I'm like, okay, though. I am too. Like, you know, we can figure this shit out together. Like, so I'm like, all right, you know, I'm trying to respect the boundaries type shit, cause she a virgin, I'm a virgin. I ain't trying to force her to fuck. You feel me? So I'm like, all right. I asked you trying to fuck. She like, I don't know. I'm like, I started talking to her. I'm like, shit, if you don't like it, you know, I can pull out. I'm like, you don't want to, I can pull out. Like, I ain't gonna keep fucking. You feel me? So I'm like, all right, bet. She finally agreed to it. You know, after like 10 minutes, she finally agreed to it. You know, she started pulling the clothes off. I started taking mine off. I ain't pulling none of her clothes off. She ain't pulling none of mine off, cause we ain't really do that at the time. So it's like, she took her shit off. And I'm like, you know, the first thing I want to do is see that ass. So I'm like, all right, bend over. I ain't tell her to bend over. I grabbed her. I said, okay, bend over. All right. So the moment she bent over again, I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, her ass was so fat, bro. I'm talking about like, I looked down and said, bro, can I take this shit? I'm like, God. So I'm like, all right. So she bends over, she you know, she crouches on, she does a little arch for me on the bed. I'm like, okay. What do I do now? I'm gonna start. I ain't ask her that. I just, you know, I played. I'm like, all right. So she was wet a little bit, so she was already horny. So I'm like, okay. So you know, I knew about this though. I said, you know, I had to sprinkle some water on it. You feel me? All right. So you know, I grooved my way in it. I drove in that bitch 5 miles per hour. You know. So I you know, I'm playing. I'm like, and I'm tapping. Then I slowly go in. I'm like, okay, all right. She jumped. I'm like, oh, what the hell wrong with you? She jumped hard as hell. I'm like, they want nothing but they want like 2 inches of me. She talking about that shit kind of hurt. I'm like, it was only like, I looked down like, it hurt. I'm like, it was only like fucking 2 inches, 3 inches. She like, just go slow. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, I'll go slow. I wasn't even trying to go fast, but I told her I'll go slow just to make her happy, just to make her sound safe with me, you feel me? So I'm like, all right. I finally got down, get in a little more. She's still jumping. I can see her squeezing the bed, like, I can see her hand squeezing the bed, and I'm like, bruh, okay. Obviously, it's hurting her or something. You know, she a virgin, so I'm like, I'm probably spreading that shit open. So I'm like, all right, obviously. So I'm trying to go as slow as possible. Then I chugged that bitch in. Like, I didn't even mean to. But like, it's like once you get to a certain point in them wall of game, you just go in. You don't just nah, you in and then go in. Like, she was a virgin. That bitch was tight as hell. Then after, I'm like, all right, so I'm pumping it real slow. I'm pumping it real slow. Mind you, I ain't never been in one before, so I'm like, but this shit feel like God, man, what? I'm in this girl coochie. I'm like, okay. I'm in it. I'm pumping. She moaning. she doing some hurting moaning though. I'm like, am I damaging this girl? I'm like, should I stop? So I'm like myself, I'm like, bro, I probably ain't gonna never get the chance to do this again to her after this. So let me just go ahead and enjoy it while I got it the way I got it. So I'm like, alright, so I'm still in it. I'm sorry. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, man, I know this shit hurt, but I'm sorry. Like, but she not telling me to stop. So I'm like, okay, she not telling me to stop. I know it's hurting her, but I know, I'm in my head, I'm like, she ain't telling me to stop, so this shit gotta feel good somewhere in there. So I'm still going. And then out of nowhere, she said stop. I said, why? In my head, I'm like, why? She like, go slower, go slower. I'm like, okay. She said she changed her mind. She just said go slower. I said, all right. So I'm in that bit. I'm going slow, whatever. I'm going slow. I'm going slow. I'm going slow. So then I'm just like, bruh. And I start seeing blood. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, nigga, am I damaging your organs or some shit? I'm like, why is it blood? I ain't say that, I was thinking it. But I told her, I was like, you bleeding. Mind you, I was like, I won't think it. I'm like, oh fuck, she is a virgin. I'm like, okay, she is a fucking virgin. So I'm like, okay, I guess the blood come with it. So she's like, cause you probably popped my cherry. I'm like, cherry? I'm like, you know, I ain't really, you know, I ain't never knew what a cherry was when the female said that. I always was like, oh, I took your virginity. But she said cherry. I'm like, what I do? Fucking pop your pineapple? I mean, what other fruit you got in there? Pop your cherry. I'm like, fuck. Fucking grapes and shit? So I'm like, pop your cherry. She like, yeah, you just made me bleed because you took my virginity. I'm like, oh. I'm like, ooh, okay. That makes sense. So we still fucking, we still getting it going. We still doing our thing. I'm grabbing on her boobies while I'm fucking, like from the back. My first instinct was for her to get from me to, you know, from the back because I was in love with her ass. I like her too, but I just at the moment, at the time, it's just like a fat ass. That was me right there. I just love the fat ass. So a few seconds later, you know, I come out, I lay down. This girl get on top. I'm talking about reverse cowgirl. This is how reverse cowgirl became my favorite position. Not just because of her, but this is one of the reasons why. Because her ass was so fat on reverse cowgirl. I'm not even joking. I'm talking about, like, she was standing up on her feet. Like, but she was afraid of something. Like, this girl know what the fuck she doing. I'm like, she know what she doing, bro, but I'm like, bruh. I'm like, this girl making me look like a damn rookie, which I am, but, you know, we both virgins. How you know about all this? Mind you, she ain't never did nothing with another guy, and I haven't either. As a girl, I haven't did nothing with another girl. So, I'm like, okay, she got on top. First guy, girl, I put my hands behind my head like this. I'm like, okay. I'm looking, I'm like, damn. I ain't touching her. I ain't doing nothing. I'm looking like, bro, this girl really doing this shit. I'm following her ass movements. I'm like, oh God, I'm like, bro, this girl right here. So, mind you, I'm like, all right, bet. I start getting this feeling in me, like, I start getting this tingle feeling. Here at my stomach, down below. I'm like, bro, I don't finna buzz, I ain't gonna cap. So she got off. She wasn't playing that shit. She got off. Like, she was probably up there for like 3 minutes. She got the hell off when I said that. I'm like, man, I'm not gonna nut you. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I'm, you know, at my age, I'm like, I ain't finna nut you, nigga. Like, no. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, goddamn, let's keep going or whatever. So I slap her back on the bed, you know, missionary style, you hear me? Slap her back on the bed. I put her legs up. I put her legs up on my arms. I'm like, mind you, we into it now. We like 15 minutes, 20 minutes into it. So we like, I'm talking, we trying our best to like not, I'm trying my best to not nut fast, and she trying her best not to get loud, because mind you, it's our first time, so she's still trying to take it. So she in that bit, she's like, she moaning but grudging. I'm like, bruh, I'm hurting her, but it feel good. So I'm like, alright, bruh, I'm finna hurry up and wrap this shit up. So I put the legs up without how I look down. I'm like, bruh, I'm hearing the sound. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm doing my thing, you know. I know I'm Papa down there. You already know I'm Papa down there. So I'm like, all right, I'm doing my thing with her. You know, she taking it. So we into it. So we, you know, finally, couple minutes later, after us hunching or whatever, I bust. Yo, I ain't never really bust before like that. But that time, I guess it's because it was cootie I was fucking. That shit felt so good, gang. Let me stop. I got her on her or whatever. So, I got her on her, you know. I throw a little towel, you know, some wipes, like clean it up or whatever, you know. I'm cleaning myself up. I'm like, alright. You know, I hop in the shower. We hop in the shower, matter of fact, because mind you, there's blood on me. And it was blood on her too, but it wasn't a lot, but it was blood on me. Obviously, because I was the one in her, and I damaged it. So I'm like, alright, go take a shower. We went and hopped in the shower. You know, we in that bitch laughing. I'm talking about, we laughing about it. We like, so we like, okay, so that's how it was. We in that bitch like, I don't know why we laughing about it, but we laughing about it type shit. So we like, damn, we really did that shit. Like, damn, that shit felt good, blah, blah. She was like, yeah, it was alright, it just hurt. I'm like, I was just like, shit, yeah, shit. Mind you, I was like, okay, if it hurt, I can't do nothing about that, because, you know, I took it Virginia or whatever. So I'm like, okay, whatever. She said it was fine, it hurt. So I'm like, I did my job, but it hurt. Can't do nothing about that. So, next day come, drop down. We go to school, you know, 8 in the morning, we at school. We walk up to each other like nothing happened. Like nothing happened. We like, it's just a normal day and nothing happened. So I'm like, okay, she ain't saying nothing about it, we ain't saying nothing about it. Yeah. One day this day came, everybody around me like, have y'all fucked yet? We ain't want to say we did, but we ain't want to say we didn't, because we ain't want to sound like, oh, we been together for this long and we ain't fucked yet. So we told everybody, man, we were like, yeah, man. They started asking her like, how is his bond? I'm like, why y'all worried about my junk? It's my junk. And then they were like, is it small? Is it small? And she kept it real with him. She said, no, oh God, it won't. And some of you, but yeah, on God it won't though. So I'm like, okay. So I ain't saying nothing. I told everybody, I'm like, man, yeah, it was fine, blah, blah. You know, her ass fat, goddamn, all fucking, blah, blah. You know, some basic nigga shit. So she telling her friends or whatever. Her friends, you know, they asked or whatever. And like, they come up like, Quan, I heard about you. I'm like, what you mean? Mind you, I ain't know. I knew that she told him, but I'm just like, what you mean? Like, I just want to hear it from somebody else. So I'm like, okay. She told me, I heard you laid her down. I'm like, okay, yeah. I did. But I ain't really getting into detail with them about it, like, because that's not their business type shit. So I'm like, yeah, it happened. So yeah, that was the first time I lost my V card. That was the first time she lost her V card. If some of y'all knew who it was, that's some of y'all. I don't really care if y'all know. But I ain't gonna say no names in here because, you know, I ain't gonna put her business out there like this, shit like that. So, goddamn. Yeah, that's the first time I lost my V card, man. Real shit. And after that, we started getting it on like every other day. I ain't gonna count. Like every other day after that. Maybe like after we did it the first time, it took us like a week or two to do it again. And then after that time, we started doing it every other time. Like I started going to her house, she started coming to mine, and we just started and then we did shit. And you know, the craziest place I ever had, you know, that I'm like, you know, at that age, the craziest place I had sex with her at was on the floor on my mom. I ain't never really fucked no kitchen, no bathroom and shit like that at that age. It was on the floor, no bedroom was in the room, none of that was in the room, cause I think they were just moving in or something like that. And so shit, we were getting it on. But yeah, y'all want this video? There y'all go. Y'all want to know? There y'all go. Appreciate y'all for boosting my last video up like I asked. And y'all got this video that y'all deserve. So if you're new to my channel, make sure you go hit the subscribe button, comment down below. Make sure you like this video, share this video, give this video a thumbs up, comment a smiley face, a laughing emoji, or something. I know I'm a comedian a little bit. I'm not great, but when I want to be, I can be really funny. So make sure you go comment some laugh emojis or some shit. Comment something. Give me a like or something, you know? It's your boy Quan, aka Yakk. Hit the subscribe button. Peace.